Hey, what's going on, guys? John Shea, and today in this video I'm actually going to give you a review of the platform Fatjoe.co. And if you guys have never heard of Fatjoe, what they basically offer is link building services for SEO agencies, SEO consultants, and essentially everything is done for you. The idea is that instead of you needing to go out there and actually do a whole ton of outreach, sitting there and sending emails to all these bloggers or niche directories in your particular niche to try to get backlinks and guest posts, things like that, they've actually got this all automated. Now, the best part of this review that I'm going to be able to share with you is not only have I ordered from the service and utilized their service, but I'm also a publisher. So I'm basically on the back end of people that order the service and then use one of my websites to get some links from. So I'll be able to show you both sides of what you get from ordering with Fatjoe. So I just wanted to kind of walk you through the homepage, show you what you get out of this particular platform and what you can order. So they offer blogger outreach, which I just mentioned, local citations, which is basically getting your business listed on directories. This is really important for local SEO. I would say their pricing is a little bit higher than some of the other service providers out there, but still a really good one to take a look at. They also offer press releases, so you can get placed in like Google News, things like that. Another really unique service they offer is Infographic Design. The only other place I would know to go and find this is something like a 99 Designs or a Fiverr, and this is something they offer where they'll 100% white label, do a really beautiful infographic design for you, and they can even do content writing. So if you needed some content written for your blog, whatever it is, you can have them do that as well. I mostly wanted to focus on the link building because I think that's ultimately probably the service most people are going to be really looking for when it comes to SEO and just having something done. If you go to their link building section here and then go to blogger outreach, you can actually take a look at the pricing. They have little samples here, like you can see examples of their work, how exactly the system works, reviews people have given them, and different FAQs. They've got question and answer here that you could learn a little bit more about how this all works. I'm going to explain some of that now. So let's kind of break down the pricing. They base this on a metric referred to as DA, or domain authority. This is something that was sort of coined from the folks over at Moz. And what they do is they base this on DA 10, 20, or 30 or higher based websites. So if you were to look up a website with Moz and it got a DA 25 score, then they'll place it into that DA 25, or I'm sorry, DA 20 plus recommendation in terms of placement. So what you would do is, let's say I wanted that DA 20, I could come in here and either order 1, 5, 10, 25 or more blog posts, and they give you an idea like it's going to be DA 20 plus, TrustFlow 10 plus. You have a dashboard where you can see everything, and I'm going to show you guys that as well. You get magazine quality content, 500 plus words, and then they expect to have the order completed within 3 weeks. So as soon as you order, it's basically going to go into a queue, and they've got a whole listing of all these different directories, websites, people's that that they've worked with to basically get placement with. So if I were to order and say, hey, I have an insurance website, then they're going to go out there and try to find something as closely related to the insurance niche as possible from some of the sites they've already done outreach with. So in general, most of these sites aren't going to be like private blog networks where people are doing shady stuff with expired domains. They're actually going to be real legitimate websites that the Fatjoe team reached out to, and they have a deal set up with them. So they're going to send them content. That blog owner is going to get the content published, and then they get paid a fraction of what people are paying here to Fatjoe. So I'll kind of give you a sample. If we were to do like DA10 in US dollars, it runs about $60 per one blog placement. So you order this, and on average you're going to get a DA10 plus. You could end up with a DA20 plus or even a 30 potentially, but of course the higher you go up, you can save more money. So if I did 5 blog posts, it'd be $53 each. 10, it'd be $50 each, and so on and so forth. And then of course, the higher you get up into the DA 20, that goes to $90, and then DA 30 to $120. So obviously, the higher the metrics, the more money you're going to pay. So let me show you on the front of someone that's actually ordered the service. I'm going to log into my dashboard, and I will show you how this works. So I'm going to sign in here. And you have this full-on dashboard. You can see everything that's going on with your current orders. if you come in and actually look, I could look at my archived orders because it's been a little while since I used this, but there were 2 I did. So here's one I did at one point. They come back and they'll actually give you, here's the anchor text that you requested, which is the linking text. So in this case, I was doing stuff around healthcare, and I ordered the DA10 plus. So, generally these metrics of the sites were going to be at least a DA10. They actually end up telling you what the DA of those sites is. So I got 2 of them that were actually over 20. So I basically got 2 higher quality sites given what I ordered. They could have been lower metric sites. They also give you the anchor text, which I gave them initially. I said I want 5 blog posts. Here are the different anchor texts I want. The target URLs of where I want those blog posts linked to. I did 3 to a home page and then 2 to a blog post. Here's the blog post title for the blog they wrote, and then the post, basically the placement of the post. So here's one with Blix magazine. Looks like they're using a refer, so let's see. Should load up here. So as you can see, it's a very high quality site. It doesn't look like some garbage site someone just threw together. It has real articles, a real email newsletter opt-in form there, an about us page, advertising, lots of different categories. This is a very real website. So as you go through, you can see they're on Pinterest, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. So this is a real legitimate website that someone's actually using, and you can come into the homepage and see all the new articles that they've got going. So this is totally something that, this isn't a low quality site. If someone were to come and look at this article, they're not going to assume that, hey, what's going on? Why is this article posted over here? Or this site doesn't look very legitimate. They're just trying to use it for link building. That's not really going to be the case with something like this. So I'll show you a couple of the others. A lot of them are also bloggers that you'll find. That's kind of what I typically was noticing with some of the orders. So here's one, Life with Little Red. So she's basically got kind of like this generic blog here, and you've got articles on all different kinds of things. There's social media going on. Pretty generic site. And then here's another one, this girl Callie Wood. So this is another kind of woman blogger, and of course blog post dating all the way back to 2008. So very real legitimate website with you can go in and learn about who this person is, what they're doing, and they've got all kinds of different blog posts, different stuff going on. So it's a very real legitimate website, and that was the thing that I was really looking for, and that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys with some of this stuff. So let me show you from the other side of someone who's actually fulfilling these orders. What happens is when you fulfill this order, I actually get an email from their publishing team, and they say, hey, we have a new post for you. Here's the post title. Here's your blog link. Here's a document. Would you be so kind to review and publish this within the next 48 hours? I'll make prompt payment. Now, they pay publishers such as me about $10-20 per post. So obviously they're making their money from people ordering. They're making obviously a significant amount more money because they're charging at least $60 per post. So obviously they've done the outreach to not only me but many other bloggers. But in my case, all I'm doing is coming in here. I take their article, which is very well written. They've got everything already included, the hyperlinks, the anchor text, and the other cool thing that they'll do is if they repeatedly utilize your blog, they'll actually interlink to some older posts that they would have done with me previously. So they're natively doing some of that interlinking on my own blog for me. I also get an image, and I can very easily save these images and get them published. So you can see here's my blog that I had that they approached me. This is a podcast I used to run, a marketing website. So obviously anything marketing related, they'll throw something at me. Like this is one I just did today, become the star of the show at your first business event. So here are the anchor texts, and likely one of the, it's probably one in here, like this dynamic gift. This looks like probably the link they're trying to boost, and they'll natively include some other authoritative links like business event. This goes to a LinkedIn article. Product demonstration, this goes to inc.com, so that's an authoritative site. And then drive traffic, this actually goes to another blog post that they did for me previously as a publisher. So this was back just a few days back here in January. So they're doing some cool interlinking, some authoritative linking, and of course they're giving the actual backlink here, in this case dynamic gift, to the person that's really trying to rank. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. The system is pretty nice. Again, the pricing definitely a little bit on the higher side, but you're getting a quality service. Obviously, being able to come in here and utilize this dashboard, see everything that's going on, have this all automated for you versus being able to, try to go out there and try to do all this stuff on your own, sending emails and going back and forth and all this other stuff. It is a service I highly recommend. Again, if you were doing this on your own, you might be able to save some money, but ultimately it's going to just be a lot more time. So, I'm not sure if you're ultimately going to save money unless you hire a team to do a lot of that outreach for you. That's something I've considered myself, but when you can use services like this, when you're getting posts on legitimate websites that are not private blog networks, and you're really facing a very low risk of getting penalized, then this is something definitely worth looking at. So again, my recommendation would be to check out Fatjoe. I'll leave a link if you guys want to check it out, and if you have any questions for me as a publisher as well, be happy to answer that, and I hope this video has helped you guys out.